Going overseas is like availing yourself of a buffet, a smorgasbord, as they call them in Europe. And so there's these differences in one place or another. So the smorgasbord or buffet aspect or principle of being abroad is what comes to the forefront for me and us is the ability to say, well, we're here and we really enjoy this aspect, and then wanting to have a change of scenery and say, well, we've done without these things for so long, let's just go over here now. And that is an amazing thing to be able to do, and that doesn't encompass just food availability. As I said, weather, terrain, all of the options that one avails to themselves.
Frank made some pancakes. I don't know all that's in here, but it looks like it's whole wheat and bananas, I think. He made banana pancakes. So I've just been told that there is flaxseed in it. I just put some cherry jam on it because it's not very sweet. There's just very little whole cane sugar in there, but there's bananas, so it's kind of sweet already with that, so you don't need that much sugar. So it's banana pancakes, but with very healthful ingredients, and then I topped it off with cherry jam.
Where I would choose to live or retire overseas after having traveled the world for 12 years. You know, we've done things like live in Ecuador, we lived in the mountains, we lived on the coast, we live here in Baja, Mexico, we've been to Central America, and we've been to Europe, Western Europe and Eastern Europe. There's a lot of other places we have not been, but after having been abroad for 12 years, we kind of get a sense for what some things are like, and we also have expertise to be able to, and experience as it translates into, on how to figure things out without actually being there. And that's what people in our membership group also figure out and get support for that. This day and age, where would we want to live and retire out of all the places we've been and all the places we have not been? It's not surprising that you would hear me say things like, well, there are things that we liked a lot about Ecuador and things that we didn't. And the same thing can be said for Mexico. There's a lot of things, and specifically Mexico's so big, you could definitely go to the mountains or the coast or get hotter, more humid weather, get drier weather, more deserty weather. And so it is that even in Mexico there are things we really like, and then there are things that we don't really like that much. No surprise there. One of the things that does change is the availability of food. I have mentioned the differences in food, and not just the way that the locals eat their food, because as a lot of people that have been on our channel for a while know, we tend to cook at home a lot, and so we cook whatever we want. We're not subject to the local fare as far as the cuisine and what's available locally, is what I'm saying. We're not limited to what is available to a traveler, that is, for example, maybe eating in restaurants a lot. I've said long ago, and I will give you where I would live. I will make a conclusion in the video a little later, but I've said that going overseas is like availing yourself of a buffet, a smorgasbord, as they call them in Europe, and in the South it's called a buffet, and that gives you all these different options. Some buffets are more expensive than others. I've been in really fancy buffets. They do also have buffets. You have fancy buffets that have so many options you almost can't really eat them all, and that's what it feels like when you go overseas, when you leave your country, especially when you first go abroad. There's all these options, and then of course over the years you start seeing a lot of the similarities that come to the forefront of your travels, and what things are important enough that are either on the two sides. Either it's going to be a deal breaker or it's going to be a deal maker. So there are some things that are like, wow, this is it, this is what I really enjoy. And I enjoy fishing on the beach. I absolutely love it. There's a lot of things I enjoy doing on water. But I also enjoy nature. I mean, I used to sit down and watch nature, and the birds would start a conversation, and I would go ahead and engage in a conversation with birds. True story. So I'm just a nature lover, and so anytime I'm immersed in nature, I'm super happy. But the differences in places like in Eastern Europe, that you can see the availability of foods that aren't there, and these kinds of options and things are going to be different for different people. Some people don't care about cooking at home; they just want to go out to eat. And unless you're really in a big city where there's an availability of international cuisine, of restaurants, then to me that's limiting, because I can go to pretty much any city and enjoy what is important to me. That's what I'm trying to say here. And so what's important to me is the availability of good food, not just in restaurants, but also in stores. Like, what ingredients can I get and not get? Like here, in Baja, and as it was in Panama a few years ago, which things start changing once people start discussing these things on video. Sometimes it takes a while for them to start improving, but just the availability of a normal dairy section, believe it or not. We take so many things for granted coming from a country where the availability of everything exceeds 100%. There's just so many versions of everything in North America. So in a lot of these places, you have what it is that is highly available for that area. And as I've mentioned, things like certain kinds of hot peppers and green, peppers, local peppers and tomatoes, and there's a lot of those. That's why tacos are a thing here, But dairy is not. And so there's these differences in one place or another. So the smorgasbord or buffet aspect or principle of being abroad is what comes to the forefront for me and us, is the ability to say, well, we're here and we really enjoy this aspect, and then wanting to have a change of scenery and say, well, we've done without these things for so long, let's just go over here now. And that is an amazing thing to be able to do, and that doesn't encompass just food availability. As I said, weather, terrain, all of the options that one avails to themselves, which, by the way, are also available in your own country. I mean, there's places that in North America that have cooler weather in the summer. There, where you've got places in America that are at sea level that are super hot and muggy, and you can go up in mountainous areas like Colorado and Arizona, and it's much cooler there, and it's greener, and so there's so many options in your own country that I would encourage people to travel in their own country if they haven't done so. That's something we actually did do early on in our 30s when our children were still young. We were able to do those things when we were younger, and so naturally we expanded into going abroad in order to continue traveling and seeing different places and having a different kind of adventure. And so what is the place where I would choose to live or retire overseas after having traveled the world for 12 years? The answer is that I probably wouldn't be happy unless I was moving around and getting the things that I enjoy getting on a regular basis. And that would probably mean spending the winters in a place where I could be fishing on the beach, and then I would maybe take a flight down a couple of countries over, or maybe even go to Eastern Europe and live in the city and have all the dairy and all the different kinds of foods that I enjoy, and the wide open spaces that aren't huge sidewalks that you can walk in Eastern Europe and Poland and these kind of places. And so I had a friend that traveled the world for over 40 years, and he has told me, and he'll tell anybody, that there is no perfect place. There's only what makes you happy. And ever since 2020, the ability to avail ourselves of the smorgasbord, depending on who you are and what you believe and what is acceptable for you in life. That scenario has pretty much been taken out of the picture for us ever since 2020. And of course, there's people in different camps. There's the people that, well, we're just going to wait until this blow over camp. And then there's the people that are just totally oblivious and have no clue what's happening. And then there's people that are just more in the know. And for some people, it's as if nothing has changed and nothing's different is happening. And for people like us, things have changed so dramatically that our lifestyle has changed. Even so, we can still go fishing at the beach and enjoy ourselves, and we can still travel in country, and one never knows what the future will bring. So I just wanted to highlight in this video that things have so dramatically changed in the last couple of years that depending on who you are and what is happening in the world, the best place to be may very well be wherever it is that you are. And for me, the best place for me to be is where my family and my friends are. And so I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for coming to the channel. Have a wonderful day.